with this one right here, we didn't got Z Stack, Money Machine. You got the Money Machine with Z Stack, and just with the music video, and with the whole thing, especially with Z Stacks, but tuning in and everything else, me tuning into this one with the Money Machine. But I was definitely like, comment, subscribe, and everything else. But just with the Z Stack and the Machine Money.
Turn it up a little bit in the headphones for me, bro. Free my cousin S, that went part of the plan. Went from SVR living to remand in the can. Lost some real team players, go hard for the gang. Fans ask me about music, but my heart's in the trap. I won't pull up at the front, rather park in the back. I ain't Pablo Escobar, but I mastered the trap. Had to hit the studio, used to graft on my rap. Way before I started tagging, putting dark into raps. Way before I copped the foreigner, I started to stack. Used to run my shit red, treat my aunts like a trap. Brody got a little paper and he started to slap. Told him pressure to my rap. Way before I started tagging, putting dark into raps. Way before I copped the foreigner, I started to stack. Used to run my shit red, treat my aunts like a trap. Brody got a little paper and he started to slap. Told him pressure builds diamonds and you're starting to crack. Tryna
Ooh, told bro pressure builds diamonds and it's starting to crack. Bro got a little money and he started to, like strap and the whole thing, like, hey, he got a little bit of a thing, and he just started changing routes. But he said, even with the whole things, the diamonds starting to crack and the whole thing, like, ooh, even in coming from that whole, impasto, like, with the whole thing coming, especially with the pastos and everything else, like the pastos and cetriments and all these other stuff, like, you gotta off a loose thing.
put my nigga run, went half on a pack. My little bro lost a dotty, I ain't arm strip back. 50 bag car when I come on the scene. Got my big flick knife for a gun in my jeans. Big flick knife for a gun in my jeans. Got your baby mum thinking I'm a money machine. See my first 100k and fell in love with the T. Had your baby mum thinking I'm a money machine. Big flick knife for a gun in my jeans. Got your baby mum thinking I'm a money machine. See my first 100k and fell in love with the T. Had your baby mum thinking I'm a
Hey, fell in love with the TA for when he first made his first thing. He didn't feel like he was a T, and then having the whole thing, feeling like the baby mama thinks he's a money machine. Hey, like, even the money machine coming into the whole thing, like, hey, that's a route, like, hey, that's routing coming like that, coming your way. It's all coming your way and everything else. Like, oh, you got them stack, you got them, those patches.
money machine. Big cuz on the wing, said I'm running the scene. I got bisheads outside, said they're loving the beat. In my B22s and my jumper Celine. I got your baby mum thinking I'm a money machine. Anytime that I'm about, bitches stunning to leave. I see niggas get shot and they run to police. I see my first 100k and fell in love with the T. I ain't never looked back, started doubling B. That's why these LV kicks just under a G. The T, I ain't never looked back, started doubling B. That's why these LV kicks just under a G. It's 18k minimum under my sleeve. California bud when I'm bunning my weed. 5 summers straight, I've been stuck in my tea. My little cuz skilly probably touch up the glee. Then let it offload like money machines. This trap star lifestyle running my jeans. So when I'm outside,
The whole thing, like, hey, even him having his whole thing, like, he got the whole benefit off it, like he said, and he got that Hennessy too, and they throwing like a little thing too. I see a little thing coming into it too, like, they even got the Hennessy and everything else. But even him having his whole rock star and his whole lifestyle, like, that's what's benefit behind him. That's his life story behind him. Like, everything that you see is the key behind him. That's just on behalf of who he is. Like, hey, you always got something behalf who you are, because that's behalf who he is. He got that whole, that whole machine, that whole, present, and that whole next level type of, steam.
that's a gun in my jeans. Big flip knife for a gun in my jeans. Got your baby mum thinking I'm a money machine. See my first 100k and fell in love with the T. Had your baby mum thinking I'm a money machine. Big flick knife or a gun in my jeans. Got your baby mum thinking I'm a money machine. See my first 100k and fell in love with a T. Had your baby mum thinking I'm a money machine. So my nigga live and direct from HMP. Say something for the streets, cuz.
Paper out thing, get me home. So out my niggas East up, making big news out there, trap shit. Get me through the niggas right now, locked down in the HMP Thames side. Get me, boom.
Come on, man. Free up my niggas, man. Large up my nigga ping.
Nigga, you know what it is, it's big, you hear me? Put up my family, Z. But they're not ready to kill the streets. Free up all them man, them, you already know what time it is. 255, boom.
Come on, my fucking family. Free all my fucking niggas locked down HMP Thameside, man. Free bundles, free Bing, free S, free Bib, free Reeks, free Jack, free Lils. You know, 25's finest.
Hey, and it speaks for itself too, like they say, the music speaks for itself too, and everything else, like even with him having this whole thing, like the money and everything else speaks for itself. Like, hey, you see what's going on, like they eating good too, and like they say, that's what that money does and stuff like that too. So you gotta look at it like that too. So hey, the music speaks for it all. Like you see it all. Whatever's going on in the music video, you see it all. It speaks for itself. Everything else, like, hey, that's what comes with everything as a benefit, as a benefit machine, as a benefit machine. I'm gonna call it a benefit machine because the way this is coming is Zach stack, but the Z stack and everything else, but especially with this one coming into it, but with this one coming into and everything else, I was definitely tuning into this one because this one had it was really much established. Like everything was established into the whole thing. Like everything made sense. It made a common sense. Everything was going on. That's what all this stuff does. But make sure you guys definitely tune into this one. But make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and everything else. Cause with this one and this one coming into it, like just with everything else, the machines and the Patriots and everything else. But just with this one.